Hello, this is Isabel and I'm back with another video. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working with some index cards. I was doing these this morning and I figured, well, let me share the making of index cards, which I've done before. I've done a couple of videos where I do some of these index card art is what they call them. So I have a box here. My husband makes them, and this is where I store my cards that I create. And so this is the perfect size to, one, be creative, and two, to use up any of the scraps that you have. And so this is like I said, this is what I did this morning, and all of them are just scraps that either I have stamped prior to making the little cards, or I stamp them right now. So it just depends on what I have on hand and what it is that I feel like doing. So these index cards, I had them on the side of my sewing machine. Not even sure where I got them. They were punched on the side. Don't remember if I punched them on myself or if they came like that. I don't remember. But they've been sitting there, and like I said, I've been trying to get rid of all the scraps. So I decided to work on this, and this didn't stay glued down. So that was like a little flower there. Okay. Anyway, so I like working with the little bugs, and so what I did was I stamped the bugs first, the little photo stamp, and then the little bug in the middle. And then all of these are scraps, and when I'm telling you that I have scraps, I have a lot more, but this is where I keep all the smaller scraps. Okay, and apart from doing these little cards, I also yesterday was working on all of these die cuts, and I'll show them to you. See, so I have a lot of die cuts here that I was just cutting yesterday because I wanted to work on a new journal, and I started working on it, but I just didn't, nothing was working out the way I wanted it to. The way I imagined it in my mind, it wasn't coming out how I wanted it to come out. So I said, you know what, let me just start cutting up all these die cuts. And I do actually sell these scraps of die cuts on my Etsy shop, if you're interested in that. And that's one of the ways I try to not store so many of these die cuts. Okay, so I am going to create a couple more here in front of you. So I just got regular index cards. So what I'm going to do is we are taking a road trip. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be working on road trip journal cards. So let's see. I'll start with doing some random stamping, and I think I'm going to stamp in the back only so I can have that space in the back to write on. These, I'm just going to be putting them in my index card box. These I will be taking them with me. Okay, so these I do plan on taking them with me to our trip. So I am going to get a couple of these cards right here, especially since this is a big stamp. And I'm just going to randomly, not doing anything perfect, just gonna stamp, just to have something on the background. That's it. Maybe I can add a little bit more ink. Okay, and then now I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to be making these cards. Okay, so I finally finished the 3 little cards that I was working on. These are going to be journal cards that are going to go into my road trip journal for this year. And all I did was just get scraps and die cuts that I've been doing whenever I have a minute. And these I just stamped with some Tim Holtz stamps. They're nice and small. And then all of these are die cuts, or these are just little flowers that I bought through the years. And then of course a little stamp in the back for my journaling. And then again, more scraps right here. I had stamped a little red bird. I didn't like how it came out, so I just covered it up with some tracing paper that I stamped another bird on top of and sewed that. And then a little stamp of a little car. And then where it says, I put there, don't stop. And then in the back, I put the inking that I did, the outlining with the Sharpie kind of showed through. So I decided to get a big stamp here in the back. And then I'm sure I'll still be able to write in it, no problem. Okay, and then the last one, again, more die cuts, printouts, and then it's some stamping in the background, and another little space for me to write the date for my journaling. And this will go into my road trip journal that I created. I did do a video on this a couple of days ago. And then I'll probably, so earlier this morning, I was talking to my husband about what we're going, well, not what we're doing, but to make a list of all the things that we need to make sure that we take with us. And so I had taken this out so I can start writing this out. So this is what's going to go in here. And then anywhere I have empty space, I'm going to be putting in these new journaling cards that I made. And like I said earlier, all of this stuff is probably going to be moved around if in case I'm going to be writing in that somewhere else. So I have a lot of space for a lot of stuff here. So let's see. So I'm going to put this one here. Oh, it's too big. So here's a clip right here. I can put this here. And then probably, I don't know if this flower is going to be a problem. I could probably put this here. And then let me see if I can find a space for this flower right here. Okay, so I think that'll fit there. Maybe it might fall out unless I put it this way. That might be where I place it. Let's see. It might be too thick. So I might have to get a paper clip. I'll put it right here. Yep, I'll put it right here with a paper clip. And that should hold it in place. That's it. So I should be ready with this journal.